we are going live into this match. So let's give you a quick roster rundown in case you can't see it on the screen in the great big images that are there. For Acer, it is going to be Death Machine on Caitlyn, Citizen on Karthus, Fami on Soraka, Shabs on Yorick, and N-Rated on Gangplank. For Gamed, it will be Glucosa on Nocturne, Nezrillis on Wukong, Sense on Vayne, Sandmansion on Sona, and Asce on Kassadin. As you can see, the junglers, it will be Gangplank and Glucosa. So, of course, the two usual supports have their clairvoyant skills. It's pretty standard stuff. We do also have teleport on Shabs this time, and Game do not have teleport this time around, which they did in the last game, which actually worked out very well for Game. So I'm intrigued why he hasn't taken it on Wukong. And Nezrillis obviously didn't feel he needed it, Joe.
Yeah, obviously not for this one. We're seeing actually Wukong starting out with the cloth armor up at that top to try and combat the early harassment. Yorick can be a real nightmare in that early game with those ghouls and what have you, really putting on some pressure. Doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any real early game action, although, to be fair, we didn't in the last one, but the first blood came in leaps and bounds, actually. I think 3 kills in a matter of seconds in that first game. You can see that the setup for Gamed over on the purple side is obviously quite passive. They've got the 2 guys up at top. Karthus just hanging around here by that red buff. He's going to go down after a little while. San mentioned Glucosa, who will be starting at the Wolves. I guess then they're going to give a handout with this blue buff. Down at the bottom, Caitlyn and Soraka going to take away the golems earlier on, and I guess Wukong going to take away golems as well here with Kassadin.
Yeah, so putting down an early ward as well in that bottom lane. So very early ward from Acer. Obviously felt needed that little bit of extra cover to take down those golems. It is the advantage you get technically with the blue side, since the bottom lane is always the double lane with the AD and support, and that is obviously for the reasons of controlling the dragon. So Wukong starting at golems, or taking the golems. So starting, he's not jungling, he's taking the golems at the top, so he felt he's quite happy to take them on his own. Did use a health pot up there to take them. So coming into lane, he will be level 2 versus Shabs' level 1. Shabs using that slash skin on Yorick. He's got the reverse axe guitar. Actually, it's not the axe guitar, is it? It's just, it's technically an axe guitar because it's an axe, but it's not a axe guitar if you're going to get technical. Anyway, enough blabbering. As he's getting poked there by N-Rated. I won't get into guitars. All down the bottom, you can see Death Machine taking down very low there, and Caitlyn already. Sense also taking down very low. Of course, both are technically healers and support, so they have...
Where's that flash banana? Oh, we've got Nocturne coming in. Is he going to get the proc on the field? No, not quite. Death Machine getting himself away. As I get into flash banana tactics, didn't quite work out as intended this one. San mentioned playing aggressive again down in towards that bush. And again, an early gank coming out, this time from Gamed. Last time we saw it coming for Acer, actually. And it's going to totally confuse me since this bottom lane, they've switched out their the 2 AD carries. You see more pressure coming down here onto Sense. Actually, Death Machine switching over there onto San mentioned Fami. Not all that healthy, and they decide to back away a little bit. Up at top, Wukong and Yorick just going to nail each other all the time, constantly throughout this game.
N-Rated at top as well. He's coming in towards Nezrillis. Can he take him down? He's had to flash away. And he did manage to force that summoner spell, so it's always a success when that happens, which means his timer will be down. Back down the bottom there, Sense is low. Death Machine has been healed up, but Fami's pretty low as well. You see those bananas continuing to be flung back and forward. I have got an eye on Nocturne up the top, don't worry, I'm keeping my eye to see whether he goes in towards there. Looks like he's just going to take golems instead. So, lanes are starting to feel themselves out and returning to normal. And CS wise, you can see at the top, it is already becoming a bit of an advantage for Shabs. He's got 10 CS over Wukong already. Nocturne is back around there though. Let's have a look back down the bottom there. Fami and Sandmansion just power cording back in each other's faces. Nocturne coming around both on the river though. Up towards the top there. N-Rated does come down, gets to get shot on towards Glucosa. Glucosa has to shield himself up and try and proc that fear on towards N-Rated, so he just backs away. Nocturne will port back. Let's back down towards the bottom. Death Machine He's looking a lot more healthier now. That ping going down at the top. Actually, at the top there, you can see they're on towards Glucosa there. Enrated has been feared away. Pops his buff there. Shabs decides to go in instead on towards Wukong. Lay down a bit more damage. Neither can really quite finish each other off. Back down towards the bottom, you can see they're pushing onto the tower, and Sense is just being forced away this time. So it is definitely roles reverse this time as Caitlyn. It is actually as Commando skill. I thought it was the Arctic Caitlyn. I thought, how did he get that? I thought it was the only one on Europe that had it.
Yeah, Commando Caitlyn doing a good job down at this bottom. They did switch over since that last game. Sense actually is getting the silencer up at top. They need to be careful in this. Is going to get some pressure from Enrated, who's come up once again into this top lane. And not quite enough damage done there to obviously take him down, but it will force him, Wukong, to go home early on in this one. Obviously, cloth armor and pots is what he started with. All his pots use needs to go back now, and will be picking up his first item. Did Yorick already go home? Nope, make you pendant and pots. So I don't think so. And Madrid's Razor picked up first of all for a Wukong. So probably going for that Wriggles first of all. Not so uncommon. We see the silence coming out again from Fami onto Sense. And this bottom lane, in terms of CS, 40 to 32. So Caitlyn, again, as we saw actually in the last game, getting that slight advantage in the early game. Obviously, her big range really can help that out as well. As we are seeing Game actually play super defensive, Demon, sticking to that turret.
Yeah, and it's fair enough. I mean, Sense has been poked down. Soraka can't quite heal up at the moment. His heals are doing what? 60 heal, I think, compared to Soraka's 210. So yeah, there's a bit of a difference in that. So obviously Sense can't quite be healed up quite as quickly as Fami can do on Death Machine. And looking like the bottom lane are going to both port away. I can see Wukong at the moment positioned in the bushes at the top, while Enrated, I'm not too sure if he's trying to position to go for him or not. He's probably not really sure where he is. Now they're going to sit him, and Enrated is going to try and sneak around the back side of him. Yes, he will do. Pops his buff, goes straight in towards Wukong. Wukong's going to find himself in a little bit of a difficult situation. We'll get Parlay, pops his ulti there, manages to spin up on Enrated. Enrated continues to try and damage him down. Not quite enough with that Parlay once again, and has gone back. Mid has gone back as well, so Karthus going back, coming back with a Catalyst to the Protector. Meanwhile, Cassidy continues to farm up quite happily in the mid there. So 54 to 53 CS, very even in the middle there. Glucosa just positioning it at the top because Wukong has had to go back yet again. So Wukong falling behind in CS quite drastically here. 26 to 51, which is a big difference early on. We're only 7 minutes into this, well, just coming up to 8 minutes into this one. Meanwhile, down the bottom, Sense on 46 and Caitlyn on 55, so Caitlyn with that slighted advantage, and that advantage is going to grow because they've just both ported back. So Sense is coming back with a Berserker Greaves and a Vampiric Scepter compared to Caitlyn, who's also been back and got herself Berserker Greaves and a Vampiric Scepter. So identical builds. Karthus having a little wander at the moment there and actually stealing the Wraiths.
Yeah, cheeky move actually, a ballsy move as well. I mean, they've got no wards down there to get that covered, so all fair play to Citizen for having the nerve to go in and do that, get himself a little bit more cash. Down at the bottom, Vayne is now back in lane, as you said. Both Vayne and Caitlyn with the identical builds. As we're around about 9 minutes into this one, Death Machine going to try and harass her and zone her out. Any experience that she could possibly be getting. Sona is now back into the lane. We did see the Clairvoyance go down. Cassidy trying to do a bit of damage in middle as well onto Karthus. And up at top, they're just beating each other. All pretty standard stuff there. A very cautious early game. I mean, for Acer, they want to play cautious, they want to play this one safe and rely on their strong game to bring them through with this one. For Game, they obviously can't afford to go too risky and throw anything away in this one. Up at top, Nesiras is actually very, very low once again, and that constant harass from Yorick proving that it could be a little bit too strong. So we do see the ulti actually go down there onto Sense, and they know that that Nocturne is in that bush as well. So he's going to ping that up. Death Machine playing a little bit more defensive. We did see both Soraka and Sona actually go home. Wukong went home as well up at top. after being a little bit in pain. Got himself a Doran's Blade plus a ward there. And in the middle, Deman, I mean, the CS 83 to 66. Karthus doing a good job of picking up that CS, but he is getting harassed a little bit by Ashe.
Yeah, he is ahead in the gold. It's equates to what? To nearly 3k to, where is he? Down the bottom, 2.5k. So yeah, 500 gold ahead, which is actually not too bad. But I mean, Yorick really is dominating at the top though, and Wukong is having problems there. 500 gold difference again in that lane. So Acer really having a pretty good farming session in the lane. It has been very passive. At the moment we're seeing a small gathering down the bottom here. Pink ward being placed down. Oh, teleport coming down the bottom there. Yorick coming down, I think. Yes, he will do. And he actually comes down to protect that, take that ward down, and that's almost certainly going to be a dragon attempt coming up there. You see the ward getting placed down. Glucose are going to get shot a bit up here by Death Machine and backing away. You can see Casting it is coming down behind Karthus, but there is a 5-man Acer team now down here. Wukong is coming down, but he's far, far too slow because that's already gone. They're going to turn around. The Sona ulti has managed to catch on to him. Glucosa diving in, suicidal there. Death Machine taken down very low though. Ashe is trying to take him down. He will finally go down, and that will be first blood. You can see Ashe has managed to get away. Karthus ulti going off. That's going to take down Sense. Glucosa also very low, but that's going to be another kill for a game as well. Sand Machine's trying to get away. Karthus is trying to finish him off. Will manage to finally get in. No, he will not, but he will with a last lay waste while his dead corpse is lying there. And there's Rilla said absolutely nothing. Can he finish him down? Absolutely nothing. The banana comes in. It will be a kill. And that will be Kassadin getting away with absolutely nothing. And Soraka picks up yet another kill. 1-0-3 Soraka. You don't mess with Soraka, I tell you, with those nanas. But really pretty aggressive stuff from both teams. So very much a full-on fight. So from absolutely nothing to a 4-4 kill, and first blood of course going across to game. So very aggressive stuff, but Acer did pick up the dragon in amongst all that, so they are heading gold. 15.3k to 13.3k. Maths will tell you that is a 2,000 gold difference.
Yeah, and again, the first blood was an absolute hectic one. Yorick teleporting down from that top area. Really, really great start to game 2. If you look down the kills, where, you know, you see these massive amounts of kills coming in early on, the supports actually both got a kill each in and amongst all that lot, which is not the greatest thing to happen. Karthus went 2-1-2. Oh, ulti going out there onto Vayne. She's plenty healthy, no problem. And who else was it? Yeah, Wukong 2-1-1. We saw a kill for Nocturne in there. Gangplank's 1-1-3 as well. So now even distribution above across the board. Karthus probably the one that's going to gain the most advantage out of all that in terms of this early game, though, Deman.
Yeah, definitely. And it's completed that Rod of Ages for him as well early on, which is always going to help. It's equated to a over 1,000 gold difference now between the two in the mid here. So Ashe is going to have to be careful. Karthus is going to be mighty, and of course that global ulti will start really coming into use now. It's whether they can take anyone down. You can see Death Machine trying his best to pick on towards Sense there. We do have Sunmansion putting the ward in that tri-bush. We've got to keep our eye on that top lane, because Yorick now 80 CS to 56, still keeping that 25 CS difference, will start to really hurt now, because he has that man immune finally built up, and Wriggles completed by Wukong down the bottom. Having a look down towards Samushin, he's taken down very low. It's more of a defensive use than anything. Karthus ulti is going to come out, will take them very low but not get the kill, and that is going to mean that they are going to have a 3-man push on a pretty much a naked tower. Glucosa's not going to be able to do anything about it. N-Rated is going to try and continue forward and say, no, really, you are off, and that will be the first tower going for Acer. So Acer starting out very well this time around. So that's a dragon and a first turret, which is really now going to stretch the gold lead. 3k, sorry. And at the top, Wukong really is having a hard time with it against Shabs.
Yeah, Yorick doing an amazing job here. That harassment is just constantly annoying, you know, and especially now he's got that man immune there. He's just going to be absolutely spamming onto Nesiras, who's having to really struggle to deal with. We're going to see Karthus trying to steal away these Wraiths once again. He's got balls, but he could get caught out for it. He could go down from this one. Actually, it's Ashe that's taking all the damage. Obviously, can Rift walk away, but will Citizen get away? That's the big thing. Tumble from Vayne comes in. Exhaust put down, nice. And Vayne's dead, surely. Yes, Vayne is dead. An amazing move there from Citizen with Karthus. A very, very well thought out move as well. He went in there after the tumble. Exhaust put down, and that got them the kill. An amazing bit of play there from Acer. It was still risky though. I mean, that Wraith pull was actually what caused most of the problems around there for Acer. But Ashe is far from healthy. He needs to be careful that Caitlyn doesn't decide to go aggressive. Here is the ulti up, trying to find Caitlyn. Yes, ulti is up there for Caitlyn. So couple of shots and that ulti, and we could see Ashe goes down. But they are coming around. They're going to try and steal blue buff away.
Yeah, they will take blue buff away. Shabs also forced Wukong away again on that turret, so he's had to go back and buy. Again, taken down very low. You can see he's got himself another door, and Shabs now feeling pretty comfortable, I think, at the top there. Has got himself 1,500 gold, so he's going to go back and buy BF sword now on Caitlyn as well. Not quite on Vayne just yet. Vayne can't even afford it, actually. So, actually, the gold difference is developing between those two. Nearly 1,000 gold advantage for Death Machine down the bottom here on Caitlyn. Has been farming quite well. Obviously came out with the 2 assists in amongst the fighting as well. And Vayne dying in vain, as it were, on Citizen. Citizen's played very well so far in this game. Played very well as Xerath in the first match, and is doing a grand job on Karthus. Like you say, very aggressive stuff. So Shabs returning to top, has got himself a Kindle Gem and Null Magic Mantle, so building up towards those Mercury Treads. Back down the bottom there, you can see Death Machine is continuing to push the lane, despite the fact he's got no support with him, no wards down at all in that river. And Fami is actually just clearing those wards out right now. We can see Glucosa kind of like milling around in the middle. He needs to be either picking up those wolves or just doing something other than stealing the experience away from Ashe is what you're doing when you're sat there with him. Looking back up the top, you can see Wukong is diving in at the moment on towards Shabs there. Shabs is surely going to come out on top in this battle though, because he's so far ahead in terms of farm and everything that Shabs... Oh, he has popped his ulti though. Wukong's going to try and put as much damage down towards Shabs as he can. Has to lay the ignite down as well, but Shabs surely can just turn around on this one. Finish him off. No, and that will be... managed to get the kill. Nicely done there. The Ghost is going to try and finish him off. He's only got a couple of seconds left on it. Will it finish in time? No, he went for the Ghost, and surely you get finished off, but Karthus will steal the kill regardless and say thank you very much. That's so annoying when that happens, because he'd done so well to juke and escape from that. And that's going to be a dragon as well. Amazing play there to stay away from that Wukong. And that is the thing about Karthus. He is that kind of mop-up killer, and they may just try and get in here onto Sam mentioned. There goes the ulti across, actually. Nice one back from Sona as well. Glucosa going very, very low. Citizen is low, though, and he is now in the midst of things. Are they going to be able to catch up on Ashe? Oh, he just actually Rift walks away from the Piltover Peacemaker. Well, that's a valuable kill again, taking one back away from Karthus. But again, the ultimates came in really, really amazingly well. We saw that earlier on as well from Sona, and you know, Deman, we always point this out. Sona, that ultimate that she has is, in my opinion, by far and away the most valuable ulti from any of the supports. Absolutely, unless you count in Nunu as a support. I was just about to say, unless you're Empire and you are sat in a bush cleverly waiting for them. But that is going to be the mid turret going down. Wisely targeted, actually. They went for Karthus, knowing full well that he'd already used his ulti, so as soon as he was dead, that was it. That was all you get from him. And Kassadin did escape that one. So some more aggressive wards coming out here from Acer this time. And again, they are pulling their wraiths there. And stealing away the jungle. They are 6.5k, well 6k ahead in gold, so it is a big advantage for Acer. Remember, they are already 1-0 up in this game. Games are not as successful as were last time. They managed to out-farm them last game, but it's just not happening for them. Up the top there, Shams is having a wonderful time, 126 CS to 99, so continuing to keep that advantage. We do have Kassadin making his way up top though, so we'll keep our eye on that one, because Shams might get caught out. Has managed to lose to Wukong. Wukong feeling he's much more stronger now, and he will do. Kassadin comes around, but he's just going to back away because Shams has already escaped. And Karthus actually had followed up their Citizen, so we'll keep an eye and see if he's going to go. He's going to try and steal the race. They're not there this time. Yeah, there you go. Has got himself a needlessly large rod though, so already up to 179 AP. So that's quite sizable for Karthus. Kassadin in the meantime, 102 AP, has completed that Rod of Ages now. So Karthus has that advantage, and you know, a built-up Karthus can be a dangerous, dangerous thing. And rated, looking like he's going for possibly a Trinity Force. I'm not too sure. It has got a Zeal on there, so we'll see how that develops. So obviously going for the Wriggles at the top, though. You can see Shabs and Wukong back at it again as Rilas is going to come around. Surely Shabs is in trouble here. Yes, he will do. He's going to get that ulti all over him, and that will possibly take him down, but then you can see the Karthus ulti going to come out. Will it be enough? And no, he will manage to get the kill. Can he get him with the Ghost? Yes, he can. Nicely played. Back and forth with a little help from Karthus. Back in towards the mid, you can see N-Rated is getting poked by Glucosa, but at the moment, the AD carries also poking back and forth between each other. Ulti actually popped by Sense there. He's going to continue chasing on towards Death Machine. Death Machine already used his netted shot. He's got absolutely no mana. All he can do is basic attack, and surely that will be Sense picking up the kill. It will do. Very nicely played. So back and forth action at the moment. 8 kills each, and still that gold difference is the 2 towers and the dragons they have.
I'm seeing N-Rated trying to defend this middle area. He's got a Cease and Glucosa there. You see Soraka moving towards that middle area just to cover. Actually, Sona moving through the bush side, and sorry for that, didn't even spot the push up. I think that turret was super low anyway there, up on that top. And that will be finished off by Karthus, not your regular turret pusher. But anyway, Acer's starting to move through here. Actually, as this is there, the ulti just gone down onto this bottom lane now. Sam mentioned and Sense not really too worried about the damage that it's putting down. However, the slow may just catch them out. Problem for N-Rated, he's got no mana at the moment. He's got enough there for that one parlay as they actually put the exhaust in onto Sense. Fami is coming in. There is Yorick as well. We will see Cassidy moving from the back. There goes another great ulti over from Sona. Not going to keep his teammate alive, but this could mop up the kills as Glucosa will take down N-Rated. Cease has got the kill onto Fami, and here is a very, very dead Shabs as well. Nicely done from Game. A little bit maybe too hopeful there. Glucosa has managed to juke away from Citizen, but Death Machine is going to finish that one off. Let's see now if Citizen can catch onto Sandmention. I'm pretty sure not, but Assis could be one in trouble. There goes a massive crit. Rift walk away. Ulti. Yes, there's the ulti. There's no one to block it, and Death Machine is going to get the kill. Where did Sona go? Okay, San mentioned just walking through a ward. There's no turret in middle. Karthus, if he plays this one right, could actually meet her here. And when he gets that slow bar down, let's see what Sam mentioned gets, and he gets the slow off as well. This is a kill for Karthus. Brilliantly done, and that was all about that ward here in this corner bush that enabled a Citizen to call that one out perfectly. Now we're seeing some action on the top lane with Nesirius being pushed here by a full mana N-Rated. However, in a 1 versus 1, who's going to win this one? Oh, there goes Soraka as well, but is she going to be able to do enough damage and healing onto Nesirius? There goes the heal out. Nesirius is going to walk away from that one free, though. Yeah,
and had to use the ulti there, I think Fami did. Yes, she did. So I had to use the ulti to keep Gangplank away, so nowhere near the damage on Wukong. So Wukong's starting to go very strong, has completed that phage with the Ninja Tabi. Meanwhile, in the mid, you can see Glucosa didn't choose to follow on that. Did have the red on him, so didn't have that. Has it still got the slow proc? I'm not too sure. I know it's been changed, but I can never know which patch in between patches which one they took it away from it. There was definitely talk of it at the moment. Those Shabs pushing back in that mid, so very aggressive play from both teams at the moment. 12-11 in terms of kills. Only 23 minutes into this one. This is a bit more like it. There was a bit too much passive play in the first one. Acer, though, positioning themselves ready and waiting for that dragon, which I guess is going to spawn any second now because they have just about everything ready. And there it is. And that's going to get taken down before Game even have a chance to get anywhere near it. Yeah, they don't have the timings down because Acer did take it away last time. Here comes Game. Can they get caught out? They will go straight in there. They have gone towards Sona, though. At the moment, though, you can see that Ace Nocturne has come in. He's going to be diving in. Glucosa will go down very quickly. Does manage to just about escape. The Sona ulti came across brilliantly there. Again, it was working out so well. Sense will get taken down. Karthus ulti going off. Will Sandmansion get taken down? The bananas are coming in. Yes, they will. Shab's actually getting the kill on towards Sense as well. Death Machine getting the kill. Karthus will try and get away. Rift walks with absolutely nothing and will get away. Wukong also escaping down the bottom there. But Acer coming out on top again in that one. It was a 3 for 2. And that is equates to a 15-3 difference and a 6k gold advantage. I keep saying 7. It's not quite there yet, but it will be the tower. And as soon as this turret goes down, it will definitely be 7k. And I don't think there's anything they can do to stop this. Cassidin's coming back down. Glucosa coming back down, but I don't think any of them are going to be quick enough. Wukong is porting back now from the bottom. And that will be a tower. And thank you very much. Acer take another bonus from a strong team fight. They've come out on top quite a few times here. They're even going to have the cheek to steal the red buff on the way out.
Yeah, they want to be careful not to get caught, and they're even going to leave one of those little lizards there just to annoy even more. So we see Carthus coming back into lane. Kassadin, 2-1-6. It's not a terrible score at the moment, but not the position I guess that they really wanted to be in there with a cease on that Kassadin. Over on the other side, obviously 5-3-9 score for Carthus, who is now built up. Rod of Ages from earlier. Death Cap is done. He's got himself an Amp Tone as well. Currently up at 350 AP, give or take, compared to the 160 from Kassadin. See, Sense just realised that red buff was stolen away earlier on, and the camp not finished off. Warmogs is finished on Gangplank. That's in his last pickup. He's only got 9 HP, so just the 2 minion kills from that. And, well, they're going to move. They're moving over, clearing a few wards out here around that Baron area. And all 5 from Acer are at Baron, and actually they're going to pop the buff off here, and they're going to go for this Baron at 25 minutes. Games are closing in. They don't have Sona there, and for me, that Sona ulti has given them so much in these team fights. Here comes the Baron. It's going to be finished. In dives Wukong. Luckily for him, his ulti is not just damage, but it can help him escape as well. Ulti went down from Gangplank. They're in all over here. There goes a kill onto Kassadin. Glucosa is dead. Sensor is going to go down surely as well. N-Rated actually got away from the ulti of Carthus, but not the sniper shot. I think that Sona was just trying to get across the cover. It's 2 kills there for Caitlyn with that double kill, giving them the killing spree. 25 seconds left till respawn. This is at least turret plus inhibitor. I guess they'll go both the upper and bottom lane aren't so heavily pushed right now, so possibly they'll just back away from this one. However, we didn't see them with a Baron in the last one, or did we? Was it the steal in the last one that they got? But either way, the main one that we saw that we made a point of was from games where they didn't push aggressively enough with that Baron buff on. Acer have managed to take the inhibitor down, plus that great team fight as well. They are now 45k to 34, so 11k ahead in gold. It's a big lead.
Why are they not taking that turret? It's on 249 hit points. They could have just tanked it down. That would have been very quick. They just weren't looking at that. Instead, they've chose to go back, save that Baron buff, obviously buy. They've probably just earned a whole lot of gold. Yeah, you can see Phantom Dance, Infinity Edge, double Dorans as well, of course. And building up towards a Bloodthirster by the looks of it. Bloodthirster and Phantom Dancer on Vayne. And yeah, like you mentioned, I mean, Carthus is doing a fantastic job. Citizen once again, 6-4, 13 assists. And has got 405 AP at the moment. Kassadin really just struggling to make a difference here. Absolutely got destroyed in the last one. As soon as Wukong went down, was spinning away, they all turned around straight towards Kassadin. He literally popped. It was exploding. Yep. Sense didn't last much longer following either. So N-Rated, of course, has gone for that Warmogs, which is almost essential these days on your Gangplank. He's going to go for the Atmogs. Obviously gives you that bonus damage with the health, which is why you build that Warmogs as early as possible to get it stacked up, which it is slowly doing. You can see 288 health on it, so fully stacked I believe that is, isn't it, pretty much?
50 max.
450?
Yeah.
Oh, right, so it's a long way to go on that one yet then. Slacking.
The
yeah, the turret does finally go down, which they could have took down a moment ago. They are going to pop that ward, and they're going to make use of this Baron buff. They're surely going to push straight in towards this main turret. I don't think there's anything Game can do about this. I've got to be honest, Wukong possibly is going to go and dive in though, and immediately takes a chunk of damage in the face though, and has to back away. Death Machine continues actually to tank the turret a little bit there. As soon as that next wave comes in, it is going to be, yeah, with a siege minion, so they're going to follow it straight in, and that turret will go down. The question is, how will Game respond? Will they try and dive, get the kills? If they do, I feel it's going to be GG for them, because I don't see them coming out of this one on top. However, that's a nice execution from Wukong. Does manage to get in there, does pick up a kill on towards Caitlyn. That's the important one. Does get another kill on Carthus there. Gangplank finally finishes him off. That's 1, 2. Caitlyn actually gets in the shot, the kill with the trap there, despite being dead, and that will be the turret going down. Carthus getting the double kill in and amongst there because he was laying waste and popping that ulti while they're all stood in the exact same position, and they are going to just go for that Nexus turret. and complete the Nexus. GG, well played, being given out here, Joe. And really, you've got to hand it to Acer. They have looked so much stronger in this second game. Really performed well. They were very lucky, really, to pick up the win in the first game. But, you know, after that great Baron steal. But this one, there was never any doubt.
Yeah, an amazing 2-0 win, and Acer showing their strength here. We talked about this in the pre-game, Deman, that they are going to be representing, or going to be playing as Team Germany at the World Cyber Games, and you know, with a big tournament like that, with the EPS finals coming up, it was a given that Acer were well prepared for this tournament, and they've shown that here, and they've gone 2-0 in this first semi-final. They're going to meet tomorrow in the grand final, the winner of Alternate versus Peculiar. Let's bring up the post-game screen for you guys to have a quick look at here. So despite that one banana awesome kill onto Wukong earlier on in the game, Soraka finishing 1-1-18, pretty much the perfect support this time. Didn't get up to I think even 3 kills in the first games you managed to have. Citizen though, for me, Deman, man of the match. We saw him in the first game on Xerath, performed brilliantly, this time as Karthus, 8-5-15, great game from him. Caitlyn with Death Machine, 6-4-10. Shabs on Yorick, 2-4-12, really gave Wukong some early trouble in this one. And then Gangplank, of course, in the jungle, 7-2-13, a great Gangplank play from N-Rated, one of the bigger names in the German scene. And for game, just to run down quickly, Sense with Vayne 5-7-4, Nestrias with Wukong 5-5-5, Glucosa with Nocturne 3-5-6, Sun Mention with Sona 1-4-8, and Assis on Kassadin 2-3-8. So that means that we will see Acer in the grand final tomorrow. In the third place game, which will also be broadcasting earlier on in the day, will be games. They'll play the loser from the other semi-final between Alternate and Peculiar. Deman, an overall great game, and I hope that we see you know, a great game in that second semi-final as well. It's coming up later.
Yeah, Alternate Peculiar, it's got potential, let's put it that way, but I've got to be honest, Team Germany looking pretty good there. How are they going to weigh out against the rest of the nations? We'll find out next week. But so far, they certainly fully deserved it, a 2-0. Something we don't always get. The best of 3, we've been pretty lucky of late. We've always had the 3 matches, but that's the first one, I think, in a while that's been closed out very quickly, 2-0. And really, there was never any doubt in that second game. They were just dominating.
So the next semi-final will be coming up in exactly almost 2 hours' time, 6:30 German time. But just set your watches, your alarms, whatever, for 2 hours from now, and join us for that second semi-final. I'm going to give out another NASA skin here, so make sure you follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Joe_Miller. I'll post a link there as well in the chat on Twitch TV. Don't forget to follow Deman as well at twitter.com/QVDemon. And we'll see you in a couple of hours for the next League of Legends semi-final between Alternate and Peculiar. Should be a good one. I hope so. Fingers crossed. We'll see you later.